Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood event. For some reason, Twitch says I'm streaming Fortnite. I don't really know what I did there or why it says that. But I am playing Flesh and Blood tonight, hence the title of Control Bravo. One, I wanted to point out that I thought I had. Oh, I thought I had I thought Nightbot would work with Restream, but apparently Nightbot is Twitch only, so some of the commands aren't coming through on all the channels, and I apologize for that. Oh, excuse me. But I am trying to get everything set up, and I'm going to work with the Restream bot later to make sure that tomorrow's stream is a little bit better. Hopefully, we can work out these kinks. I'm slowly working them out as I'm playing more games, or as I'm streaming more with the new software. But I appreciate everybody's patience. Way to go, bot. I'm good, man. How are you? I did set it up to where other channels can see other people talking, at least. So one step at a time, I suppose. But I saw a list from Night Gaming. I can't remember who it was on Twitter exactly. I can't remember who it was on Twitter, but they had a Control Bravo list they were playing, and I'm pretty excited to play that and see what that looks like. So I've queued that up here. I have queued that up, and I'm ready for some games. The House of Cards image is going to be in the way a little bit until I get into the game. But I'm hoping I can set it up to where it looks better once I'm actually in a game. So let's see. We'll go ahead and make that invisible for a moment. Player 2, let's see, Ninja. Yeah, so if you select Ninja, it should automatically change everything the way it's supposed to be. Which is a pretty cool tool that Fabrari uses, and I am pretty excited about. The guy who was making this list was nice enough to actually go ahead and equip everything, so it sets me up with 60 cards. Take out Heart of Fiendel, 2 Pulverizes, Remembrance, 3 Righteous Cleansing, and the 2 Staunch Response. Makes sense. I don't know. Seems pretty good. I'm pretty excited to try it out. We're still using Anothos here. Alright, and let's throw the sponsor back up there. Command & Conquer is a really good one to use, in my opinion, because it requires 2 cards out of my opponent's hand, like almost immediately every time we play it. So the concept of it's 2 or more cards, because they're playing Mask of the Pouncing Lynx here, which is interesting. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it is interesting. I mean, I would also like to just throw a Spinal Crush at them. That would feel pretty good. Yeah, I like keeping the Spinal Crush better than I do the Command & Conquer, because it requires 6 block, and if we happen to draw some way to actually play a Pummel too, then we're in a really good situation. I mean, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx does have Blade Break if they choose to go that route. It can block too. I'm just going to sink below the Soaring Strike here. We were able to completely cover up everything they were trying to do here. I'm not going to put the Spinal Crush on the bottom. I'd rather just have the Spinal Crush. I am surprised that our opponent chose to go first. I know Bravo likes to set up, but 5 wants the tempo, has been my experience. And they're going to attack for 1 here. I'm going to take the 1. I'm in no danger of really getting blown out by anything here, so I'd rather just take the 1. I mean, if they snatch me, I'll throw Tectonic Plating and Spinal Crush at it. Wow. I actually think it's better just to block like this. I mean, if they want to snap this on turn 1 and Lava Burst me for 6, then so be it. Wow. This is not something I would see coming. Yeah, we're going to start the game at 33. But they're also down 2 pieces of equipment. So let's play Sigil of Solace. We'll go back to 36. We will hammer for 6 here. It might just take 6. I'm not really sure what they'll do here. Would have liked to have had something a little bit more effective. I mean, I guess like we could have showtimed. Then we'll arsenal this. So, yep, that's fine. So I don't really feel inclined to block here. I'm honestly just going to take 3 and go to 33 here. Yep, for 2, we'll go to 28. Really like for them to do something a little bit better than this. Like, I'm really kind of hanging on to the fact that their last card is a... their last card is like a snatch or something. That's right. Let's go. Let's run the punt count up here. All right, so this is a good one. So it's for 5. So we're gonna go to reactions, and we're gonna sink below the. I guess the sigil to the bottom. Like, this is pretty good here because I get to arsenal a pummel and come in for 11 here. Now, my opponent might, like, I played a game the other day where my opponent was just taking all 11 and discarding cards. They have to have a defense reaction here, or we're going to get 2 cards. So, it still has you taking 4, boss. Yeah, even them using their equipment here isn't, like, it's not very effective because what they should do is throw Flamescale Furnace, a 3 block, and then another 3 block if they have it. That's 3, 6, 8. Okay, so they don't have it. So that's why they threw both of their equipment there. Makes sense when their hand... I mean, Ninja isn't exactly known for blocking. So... Yeah, so I mean... Again, basically block with the pummel. Feels pretty mid. What do you mean Ninja has the best blocks? Oh, Billy. I love the optimism. The old Katsu boy here wants Ninja to be better than it is. I appreciate where you're at. I think we'd rather just play the debilitate. Yeah, so let's see here. I'm going to I think I'm just gonna arsenal this next pummel here. So we're gonna come in with this for 6, and then we have 2 floating so we can pummel. I'm going to bring Katsu back. Just wait, dude. Honestly, man. I don't hate playing against Katsu. I hope you do it. I 100% hope that you do it. I love the Dash Katsu matchup. I feel like it's a really fun and close game. Like, so even if our opponent just decides to block here, like if they block anything at all here to try and stop a crush effect, they might not. We still get to pummel it. So we are forcing their hand a little bit. And then we have another pummel we can use next turn. Good lord, I've got something stuck in my throat here. They discard Sink Below. That's interesting. Yeah, it's always fun to play. I'll be back to playing this week. Had company over and was sick a weekend. Yeah, I was like, I know you were sick weekend before last, and you said you had family in town, man. I mean, it's always good to get to see the family. Glad you're coming back, though. Miss seeing you, buddy. All right, so basically, we're gonna block something with a last-ditch effort this turn, and then we're going to play this. We're gonna make a surge and then play that, which honestly I don't hate. Or is it better just to pummel a Macho Grande? I don't think so. I don't think that's better. I think getting the stamp authority in is really good because we're stopping on hit effects, and we gain an intellect for the turn. It says cards would cost 3 or greater. Yeah. Sanderscan Devotion is revealed. They get a blue Minnowism. Alright, well, I mean, we may not be able to play the Stamp Authority. I was like, you have to pay a complete blue to be able to get the Phoenix Flame. We'll go to 20 here. I mean, Macho Grande for 12 is nothing to... Like, it's 12 and we're taking a card. Like, it doesn't seem like anything to laugh at, in my opinion. Of course, Thunderquake is just... It's the same amount of damage, but... Let me still use every card in our hand. I mean, there's not really a good play here. Now, fortunately for us, our opponent's hand has been pretty mediocre this turn. And they have another blue. Yeah, man, I'm going to go to 15. Like, you're not... Like, I am so thankful they're playing Mask of the Pouncing Lynx right here because it has just been so not threatening at all. Huh. Restream bot showed the MTG bot punt message. Well, I don't know what's happening. You're definitely still working out the kinks with the whole restream thing. So, I appreciate your patience. So we'll pitch this, activate tectonic plating, and we're going to come in for 12 here basically and strip a card. Now, we won't have an arsenal, but we are putting our opponent to 10. Our opponent goes to 10 if they don't have anything here, and then they're forced to discard a card. Another sink below. I mean, I guess Macho Grande, Stamp, Last Ditch Effort. So we can play Sigil and then Thunderquake. I mean, I guess putting those cards back in my deck is just better. Also, a really good way to look at this is that I'm up. After this hits me, I'm going to be up 2 life points, except they have 1 equipment block left, and I have 3, 6, 8. So that's really cool. Seven. Yeah, I'm okay with going to 5 because I'm going to Sigil of Solace back up to 8. We'll play Sigil of Solace. They can't draw cards. They don't have a card in their arsenal, so your action phase. Let's see. I think it's Guardian attacks. And if it's not, we can always hammer and arsenal this, so it's not the end of the world. But I think we're just able to, yeah, come in for 8 here. Like, our opponent's at the point in the game, like, where if they're not, like, trying to put on a lot of pressure, like, we're really just, like, getting the best of them here. Okay, so I can block with all my equipment and Pummel and Fate Foreseen. And then I can make Seismic Surge Hammer for 6. Or I can keep the Pummel. Alright, so I'm going to take 3 here. So if we keep the Pummel, we can pitch Unmovable. They're going to banish their last card and draw 2 cards. So they do that, and then I'm going to play Fate Foreseen here, like, which is really good because we get to stay at 8. This feels really good, and then we still have 6 equipment block left this turn. Yeah, covering up their big attack here is just, there's so much value in this. We'll leave Macho Grande on top. They're at the point in the game where a dominated Macho Grande will just win the game. I mean, so this is for 4. Probably pretty aggressive of me to go ahead and block there. Might should have just been a take 4 turn. Activate Furnace. Go up to 2. So now they can Ember Blade me and they can Phoenix Flame me for 2. So I take the Blade, go to take 3, go to 5, and then take the Phoenix Flame, go to 3. Yeah, because they have 3 Draconic Chain Links. So I'm going to go to 3 here, and I'm going to have Hammer for 10. Because it just says cost 3 or greater. Which is really good to me. So we're going to pitch Terra Sunder to make another Seismic Surge. Control Bravo didn't really feel like Control Bravo this game. You want the truth? Also, Blue Unmovable is pretty lackluster in this matchup, so not really doing much. I've got that new Harry Styles song stuck in my head. I mean, I say new. It's been out for a minute now. So the fun part about this is that, like, if our opponent, like, blocks 9, we still pummel them. Like we're taking their whole hand and we just get to like arsenal like this is a losing situation for our opponent here, because if they throw 2 cards at this and block 7, like if they throw Furnace and 2 cards, they're dead. Or maybe their decision is to throw Furnace and a card, block 4. Yeah, so they're going to do this, and then I'm going to pummel it. Now, they've discarded 2 Sink Belows, so I doubt they have another one. But if they do, they do. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, well, our opponent played a good game. Alright, so we threatened 57 damage. Our average value for hand was 11.86. Alright, well, that brings us to 1-0 with Control Bravo. Although, honestly, Bravo didn't really feel very control-y that game. Only starter CC decks. That's weird flex, but okay, bro. Somebody else already joined the game. Sag. Yeah, so we'll go comp CC again. Again, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the February thing, like where he broke this down so well. Ninja, Briar, Viserai, Guardian / Dory, Wizard, Dromai, Dash / Bolton, Brute, and Ranger. He really broke this deck down. Like, for people who don't play this a lot, like, he really broke this deck down. Oh, Katsu. How ironic. Me and Billy were just talking about Katsu. Let's see. Against Katsu? I mean, Bravo likes to go first. So, we're just going to run the Ninja setup again. Which, virtually the same thing as everything else. Like, as the last game. It's the same thing as the last game, so... Throw a little sponsor back up there. Doomsayer. Kind of like that name. Won't lie. I need to go in and do this with in-depth breakdown for all of my Dash deck that I like to play so much, and for my Viserai deck that I like to play so much, so that I have those matchups. I think that would be pretty good. Going back to Innistrad with that name, yeah, honestly. I mean, I was like, you know, like there's so many people that are like old Magic players that play this game now. Play this. And then, you know what? No, I'm gonna force my opponent to have a bad hand if they have a bad hand. Like that's the correct thing to do, because honestly it's really nice because I have Terra Sunder Hammer next turn for 7, which is really cool because Terra Sunder Hammer like can be blocked pretty effectively, but most of the time will slide through stuff. Okay, so my opponent doesn't want to start with Surging Strike. Or they don't want to start with Kodachi. My opponent's all over the place. Now the cool thing is that we're still only down 2 because of we started the game with Sigil of Solace. Starting like turn 1, like turn 0, Sigil of Solace is insane. And if it hits draw card, so I'm just gonna sink below this. Like, no reason for us to do anything here. I'm just gonna keep my hand because I like being able to Terra Sunder Hammer here. Then they're gonna leg tap 4, go again. Yeah, so I'll take this 4 here. So 7 dominate. I was like, without an arsenal here, like this requires multiple equipment block. Like they'd have to throw Shuko and Mask. Alright, so they take 4, keep 1 card in hand, and then pass. Oh my gosh, do I get to do it all here? You winning? I am currently 1-0. So yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie, your list is pretty cool. I've never really considered playing Sigil of Solace in Bravo, but it's pretty fun. I mean, the deck feels really well put together so far. So let's see. We have 9 resources. We need 6. So I think Pummel and Spinal Crush here is better. So we don't have an arsenal after that, but I think that's fine. Man, if they put us in a spot where we're not going to... I don't really feel like this is the right spot to play Pummel here, because they're not having to discard anything, and we're just pushing through 2 damage. Yeah, so I mean, I'm okay with just them taking their entire turn off for this. Like, this feels fine. Sigil is so good. Credit to Kale, too. We went back and forth on tech. Oh, nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, like, Sigil feels really cool. I really just enjoy Sigil as a card as a whole. But yeah, keep the Pummel. See, yeah, that's what I was thinking too in my head. In my head, I was like, there's no reason to play the Pummel here, but I'm also not a Bravo main by any means, so... Okay. They can't draw cards. So does that just turn off Mask? Well, that's pretty cool. So this costs 5, so we're able to do all of this and still pummel this for 12? Or I guess we could activate Bravo, but that feels less fun to me. Pummel Disable. Oh, Pummel Disable as opposed to Pummel the Cranial Crush? I guess in my head I want to turn off Mask. I'm going to take your word for it, though. I feel like you definitely know more about this deck than I do. So I guess instead of making another Seismic Surge, I could have kept the Cranial Crush here. And... yeah, we could have, like, kept the Cranial Crush and Arsenal. It's like off-brand CNC. No, I mean, that's fair. That makes sense. The fact that we pummeled means they had to discard a card, too. We'll put Cranial Crush... Put Unmovable on the bottom. Honestly, not a huge, like, very excited about seeing another. So we're probably just making a surge, playing Command and Conquer, and then Arsenaling Crippling Crush here. And we have we can block here. We block here. And they play like a Snatch or something, we're forced to throw 2 equipment at it. I guess that's fine. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, good line. Okay, cool. Oh, they're Katsuing here. Of course, I guess I was like, they get the Gust Wave they can use. So we're gonna, I don't really feel like bottoming anything. I want to save the crown for when we need it. So we'll block 4. So good move by my opponent. They get some equipment block out of the way pretty early here. Now, CNC is just 6 damage here, like, but I mean, I guess I could hammer here. Keep this in my deck, pitch stack a little bit. Not that pitch stack's really going to matter, because, well, hammer's less actually because that costs 2, so it's better just to CNC here. Yeah. Definitely still fine CNC. Yeah, so like you're definitely seeing some of the lag time of me not playing a lot of Bravo come through right now, on how long it's taking me to make some decisions I'm making. I mean, this is just a 2 for 6, like which isn't bad. I mean, I play Throttle all the time in Dash, so my opponent still blocks 5. I wonder why. Okay, my opponent just realized they don't have an arsenal and it doesn't matter. So we're gonna arsenal this and then, whew. So we can basically fate foreseen something. We can fate foreseen something and then we can dominate a crippling crush. Feels not bad. Feels not bad at all. They did not activate that. Naked crippling is fine based on their turn. Huh, okay. It's interesting. Well, so my natural response here, let's see. If we get Crown, and if we Crown, we don't really have much of a turn here. Time to block? Yeah. So, let's see. If we block 6, we get to just make a surge and pass. Or I guess I want to leave this in the deck in case it ever matters. Showtimes, yeah. See, I can definitely tell you just play more Bravo than I do because you're getting to all the lines in the chat here like 3 seconds before I think about it. No, you just hammer. All right. Well, not gonna lie, I naturally wouldn't hammer here, but I take your word for it. And I guess I could have pitched Fate Foreseen to keep a surge, but don't think it really matters. Just going to take 1 here, go to 26. We're up quite a bit. They really like this surging strike line. We'll take 5 here. Like, we still have all of our equipment blocked, so it's not like we're like, I'm really scared to not block or anything. That's right. Get Taryn in the chat. Much love for Taryn. She's had it rough this weekend. She's had to listen to me and Kyle yell at each other all weekend while we were playing Red Dragon Inn. This is a good hand. All right. I mean, yeah, like, I can make a surge and dominate Bravo here, or dominate Crippling Crush, like, which is really good. So our opponent undid their action. Wonder if they Katsu wrong? Oh, they don't want to Katsu. I mean, I guess they could Razor me, but if I block 2 and then they Razor, I can just Fate Foreseen. So I'm just going to block with Plating and Legs. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. So, well, I guess I can't make a Seismic Surge because I didn't have one last turn, but I can dominate Crippling Crush and then Arsenal Fate Foreseen, which is pretty bonkers. This is a get a lot of cards out of their hand here kind of thing. I mean, they might give us Mask here too. So like 2, 4, 7. Okay, I was like, do they have a sink below here? I was like, I assume off their arsenal they do. So they take 2, go to 13. Then we'll go Fate Foreseen. Won't lie. This all seems a little mid right now. Command and Conquer, huh? So this is also threatening Mask. I mean, part of me kind of wants to just throw Crown at it and throw that on the bottom. This hand does not feel very good. I mean, they don't have Go Again. They can't Snapdragons this. And so throwing Crown gives me a 6-card hand. Block. Okay. So Nighttime says definitely block here. Wow. Is that a thing? Does Katsu play lunging press? I did not know that was a thing, to be honest. So I mean, we're just gonna hammer for 4 and then Arsenal to sink below. The back-to-back Command and Conquer, or the couple of Command and Conquer turns have been really good right here. Yeah, they usually play 1. Now you can Arsenal, Fate, and Hammer. I mean, Sink, LOL. Yeah, no. I know what you mean. All right, this hand's not bad. The odds of us getting out of this without blocking are not high, but this hand is pretty solid nonetheless. I did not know that Ninja played that as a one-of. Let's see, if 100 wins was the last... was not, so it's just 3 Go Again. I mean, we have 3 block from our equipment this turn and a sink below if we need it. Okay, was that Rising Knee Thrust? No, it was 100 wins. So, like, I have a pretty basic understanding of what Katsu's trying to accomplish at all times. I kind of want to block this just to take Mask off, but I don't think it's worth it because we have Sink below. So this is definitely going to get Snapdragons. So I don't hate the idea of blocking 3 here. Debating if I want to put a Rouse on the bottom, but I think dominating a Crippling Crush is just good enough, honestly. And then this thing... So this thing attacks for 5. I'm tempted to throw... Does this thing have Go Again? And if it hits, put it into your hand. So we take 4, go to 9 here, or take 5, or I can block Rouse, block Sink below. You Sink below, I can make a Seismic Surge and Hammer, and then Arsenal to Crippling Crush. Two and 6. If they're playing route, if they have, well, they can't Razor me here, so not really worried about it that much. I'm not gonna sink here. Don't really see anything. Probably best to block an Arsenal Crippling Crush. Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking too. Is that I get to hammer for 6 here still, and I get to keep my life lead, and I get to just have a massive attack that I can come in with here. I didn't realize the text box was so big. Let's see. Sorry, I'm still trying to fix the text box so it's not completely in the way of everything. All right, 250 is good, and the height needs to be all right, perfect. Yeah, okay, perfect. They undid here, okay. So they're just gonna take 6 here. So this hand is just like insane, honestly. Like the sigil is just so good here because it's just 3 extra life. Like I wish I had an equipment piece to just throw back at something here. So he discards Winds of Eternity and gets Rising Knee Thrust. So he Kadachis me. I mean, I need to be able to keep... So I have to give him a mask here if I want to do this. Like, the sigil's cool, but, like, man, it's... Like, I'd rather just have it as a card to block with. Yeah, the fact that they still have mask sucks a little bit. So I go to 10 and give them an extra card here. You know what? Because this is the scariest thing that can happen to me. Because I can just gain life from here. This is probably wrong and one of the greedier things I've done in quite some time here, but I don't think they can kill me. And I'm pretty sure 11 damage that they have to cover 9 of is just going to win the game if I get to keep my 2 blues here. Yeah, see, the rest of the stuff they're doing here is just vanilla damage. Like, this is 4 go again. Like, I'm just going to go to 12 and then go to 8 here. This just, like, doesn't scare me. If Crane Dance was the last tack on the combat chain, was it? Was Crane Dance the last thing? No, so this is just a 0 for 2? I'm just going to play this. I'm going to put this on the bottom. I don't really see a reason to keep Vestiges in my hand. I mean... Like, I went down to 3 to give them a mask here, but they have to throw... They probably have to throw mask, maybe Tunic also. Let's see. I mean, they can just throw 3 cards from their hand and keep 2 things and put on enough pressure to try and threaten mask here. Hope you draw well after. Yeah, I mean... Dude, I definitely need to draw something... a little decent after this to keep the pressure on here, because keeping the pressure on is really what is gonna help us win this game. Like, no, it was last game against 5, but yeah. So all right, So they gave us mask and tunic. What I was going to say is this game started in a way that was favorable for us because we were able to go second and keep the tempo, but that was against Vi last game. If they have a sink below here, this is pretty bad. Or some kind of defense reaction, which it feels like they do. Well, I guess we'll go to 1. So if this hits, it gets go again. So I can block 6, and then I can make a surge and then hammer for 6. Or I can block 6, make a surge, and command and conquer for 6. Yeah, I kind of like playing it this way. CNC next turn? Yeah, it was ultimately the decision I came to also. Make a surge in CNC. Now, unfortunately, my last point of life that I had to play with went away there with the Kadachi, so it is a little tough. Wow! That is honestly what we needed there. I don't think there's anything, like, even empowerment doesn't really do anything for them. Why did they not Kadachi me? I feel like they just made a big mistake there. So we're gonna hammer for 6 here after making a surge, and then if they block anything less than 10, they're dead. Oh, you win? I mean, let's hope so. I'm hoping they don't have another defense reaction. They've had a card sitting here for a long time. Oh, wow. All right, cool. I honestly did not think we were going to get there. How many sigils were left in the deck? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. I think we played 2. We played 1 on turn 1. Yeah, there's 1 more left in the deck. Man, sigil would have been insane, though. Like, if they'd have just went to attack with Kadachi and we'd have had sigil, that... Dude, that'd have been nuts. That would have been straight up nuts. Alright, let's see... Ugh. Alright, well, we'll make another comp game and wait. Well, we're 2-0 so far. The list has felt really strong. And, I mean, being 2-0, you know, also with somebody who's not a Bravo person. GG and good luck on the rest. Hey, man, appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Oh. Ah, Katsu again. Hi, and good luck. So, the funny part is against Phi, I want to go second. I'm honestly wondering if I want the same thing... Oh, Sag. If I want the same thing against Katsu, because Katsu's also a ninja. I don't know. It's definitely something to think about. Something to mull over. I like taking the whole sponsor thing down so that you guys can see my weapons and whatnot here. I might try to find a better place for the sponsor logo on the stream at some point so that I can have another place to play it so it's not in the way. Not that I really feel like it's really in the way, but... Lol, this was the game I just had made. That's hilarious. Alright, well, Let's just jump into one of these classic constructed games. Ooh, no. This is terrifying. So let's select Wizard. And it sideboards us really well. Huh. I like it. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go first against the Wizard deck. So I'm just gonna pass and heave a Pulverize, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's the play here. We're using Tunic, so yeah. Wow. All right. Good start for our opponent here. They get to put an E-Pod into play. Feels not too shabby. I'm not even looking at fantasy football right now, but I'm not gonna lie. I kind of hope that Nick Folk is going ham. Opt to, if you played another Wizard card, put it back into your hand. So, another Gaze the Ages. Wow, alright. Joke's on us. Our opponent's going to kill us on their first turn of the game. Well, I guess we will prevent 3. I'd like to come in with a Pulverize here, but I don't really know that I can. Now they get to get a Blazing... It's not Blazing Ether, it's the Ether Flare? I can tell you what the card does, but I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I don't play against Kano very often. Kano is not like super popular in my local metagame, and so it's not something I play against a ton, honestly. Ugh. Of course, Chicago kicks a field goal. Oh, wow. Cal McCreath just liked one of my tweets. That's pretty cool. It's not something I get to say every day, I won't lie, so pretty excited about that. Now, oh my gosh, I did not think about that. That just sucks, because I can't play this now. That's so bad for me. I definitely should have just taken that. Wow, this is really bad. Wow. Okay, well, let me tell you, we had a punt city right there. That's not good. If there was ever a time to add one to the punt counter, it's now. Ugh. Alright, so they block 2. Take 6. I mean... I'm just going to take 4 here. We go to 34, because I want to come in with that Pulverize. We actually drew all blues to get out of it, so we might be able to make something happen here. Today's punt count is 2. Sonic Boom. So I'm going to activate Tunic here. And I'm going to hold on to the Terra Sunder here, because Terra Sunder, like, gives me an option of something I can do at least. Plus, if they reveal a bunch of cards, put all cards from your pitch zone. Whew. So I'd rather pitch this to prevent that. Oh, they just put Potion of Deja Vu into play? Yeah, that was a... Put all cards from your pitch zone on top of your deck in any order. So Kano just went back to, like, hard combo Kano. Which, I mean, makes sense if you think about it. They take 13... Or they take 11, go to 13. Look at the top 5 cards of their deck. Banish one or more cards with the same number from among them, then put the rest on top in any order. So we're basically just playing Righteous Cleansing here and coming in and holding up 2. Which is like, you know, nothing to write home about, but it's also not bad. Because if they want to stop the crush effect here, they have to block quite a bit. They're going to 10 here. Like, we have our opponent where, like, they're at, like, the kind of the turns where they have to decide what they want to do. Is it that they want to... Like, does our opponent want to try and kill us? Or do they want to just... Do they want to try and kill us, or are they just blocking? Like, they kind of get to decide what they want to do here. So this is actually pretty good. So I feel like it's definitely better to come in with Command and Conquer here. And then hold up Cranial Crush, because we have 4 resources to prevent AB here. And the line that I was going to go for was going to take all of the... was going to take all of it out of my hand. Was going to leave me with 0 resources, which means if they had combo, they had combo. And that's just all there is to it. Arsenal this. If it's a wizard non-attack action, you may banish it. If you do, you may play it this turn as though it were an instant. If it costs X resources to play. Okay, so we need to prevent a blue, or we need to prevent a blue law. We need to pitch a blue here to stop 3 of the 4. So if they find something that costs 1 or 0, they may play it as though it were an instant this turn. Huh. I'm wondering if I should have Arsenal this. So we get to come in for 6 and have 2 floating this way, and I have Sigil here. So So this puts us back to 36. Dude, the sigils are so good against Wizard. Like, so good against Wizard. Are they activating Energy Potion or playing Energy Potion? They're playing Energy Potion. Kind of what Knight was talking about earlier. This feels like a like IKEA Command and Conquer, like build your own Command and Conquer kind of thing. Rut-row Reggie. Activate Storm Striders. Alright, so they're probably about to play like an Ether Flare or something here. Okay, activate Crucible while pitching a blue. Oh, this is scary. I might be dead. Yeah, because they're going to draw 2 here off the tome. So they're going to draw 2, and then they're going to let this one resolve, and it's going to be a Gaze the Ages. Sheesh. Sheesh, this is so bad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I feel like that meme when he's just like, haha, I'm in danger. It's exactly what this feels like right now. Kano popping off, dude. Yeah, real talk. Just make you want to play Kano, Billy? I know you love this kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean... I was like, they can do a whole bunch of stuff here. Oh my gosh. And they have an eye? Well, I'm just going to cry myself to sleep tonight. Lol, you know me all too well. Take 8. My man has pitched 6 cards this turn and used 2 E-Pots. I am so dead. At least it feels like I am so irrationally dead. Whee! I mean, you know, less than lobby for like what? Yeah, it was like 7. It's like something absurd. And then you get to go get a Blazing Ether. Oh, no. What is this? 28. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a shellacking. Like, that was a shellacking. That was not good. All right, well, 2-1's not bad. Ugh. If it's Kano, I'm leaving. I ain't playing that again. All right, Sorry, my dude. What's this other game? What? Am I a joke to you? Oh, Lord. All right, well. All right, hopefully we can get a game going here. Like to get one more in for sure. Did not realize I still had the Discord chat open. Ooh, Lord. Phi. All right. Well, I'm going to pick to go second. We like to have the tempo in this matchup. Going second gives us a really good opportunity to have the tempo, so... Oh, this is also a mask of the Pouncing Lynx deck. Yep. We'll take 0. Lord. Well, this wasn't exactly the opening hand I wanted to see here, but I mean, I do get to put 10 points of pressure on my opponent here. Like, I am going to play the pummel. They're playing E-Strike and they're playing Emberblade. Interesting. Most of the people that are playing like the E-Strike version of Phi are playing Kodachis. So our opponent takes 1. We get the Arsenal of Fate Foreseen. Yeah, we'll take 3 here. There's no way they'll pop mass this early. See, if they do, I would be baffled. So I get to make one of these. Activate Bravo. And hold 2 up. So, I mean, if I, like, having the pummel here would be insane. Okay. Let's just go ahead and play the Fate Foreseen here. Actually, is it better to just take 7, go to 30, and then have Rouse the Ancients? Yeah, we get to have Rouse the Ancients. And Command and Conquer Seismic Surge afterwards. Like, and I get to keep the Fate Foreseen. I would rather do it on the turn when I feel like they're going to try and pop off, and they're not going to right here. I mean, they can't. Spinal Crush just prevents it. So, let's see here. I need to keep the Disable. So we're going to play this, pitch this. We reveal 13 this way, because if not, we can't. Our opponent goes to 26. Now, depending on what our opponent's arsenal card is here, I was like, we'll get at least, like, I was like, we'll probably get some cards out of their hand. So this costs 4. So pitch this, activate Bravo, pitch this to Come in for 7 dominate. I think that's worth blocking this when I have a Fate Foreseen at the ready. We're kind of using we're dominating. Definitely gonna do that. Oh, we're gonna put that on the bottom. So we're just basically able to dominate a command and conquer here. I mean, not literally, but kind of. So 7 dominate. I mean, if they have a defense reaction here, like this isn't a blowout. Huh. All right. So we know this doesn't have go again, so I'm just going to play the sink below here. I'm not going to sink anything, but I am going to save the damage. So this is, again, really good because I'm able to just pitch a blue, make a surge, command and conquer, and then we get to arsenal the crippling crush. Again, we're forcing cards out of our opponent's hand and just making our hand so much better. I mean, yeah, I'll take 3 here and go to 24. Like, it's fine. And if they're going to... I mean, they would have had to snap already if they were going to. So, we're just going to come in with the Crippling Crush. Like, the funny part is, like, I don't need to dominate here to be in a good spot because they either take damage and take the effect. Sigil of Solace. Let's go back to 27. This version of Bravo is just so good. Now, the all red hand here is not great. We're going to sink below the pummel here. Actually, yeah, no, I'm going to sink below the pummel here. I was like, cause, I mean, we get to make a surge, and then we get to hammer for 6. And we get to have the Fate Foreseen as backup. Now, hopefully we draw, hopefully we draw 3 blues so we can dominate it, but hopefully we draw 2 blues, at least. So drawing 2 blues is pretty good. Kind of just going to throw the Command and Conquer to save life here. I don't think it's necessary, but this is just like, this has felt like a beating, like an absolute thrashing. Now, if I lose, I look like an idiot for saying that, but this has felt really good. Like, I don't even care about blocking this. Just take 3. So, I didn't have a Seismic Surge, but I get to dominate, make... Yeah, this is crazy. Now I get to dominate a Spinal Crush. Okay, so they take 3, so there's no crush effect, and they get to keep their hand, which can be scary, depending on what our hand looks like. Now, our hand looks fine. I'm kind of tempted to just... try to dominate Macho Grande here. We're just going to go to the Fate Foreseen. Cover up all 7. I'm going to put this on top. I like having this on top because it gives us the option of hammering them out of nowhere and kind of giving them a small stroke. I mean, let's make the discipline play. Like, let's make the discipline play here. Let's not let them have an arsenal. Let's come in for a dominate here. Like, this does not have an on-hit effect, but man, we are pushing damage here really well. So this is a good block with Imposing Visage hand. Yeah, like we're gonna block with Imposing Visage here, and yeah, I'm gonna go to 16. I'm up 20 to 1. Like, I have so much life to play with here. Like, I don't, like, even if they break Mask here, what are they gonna get? Like, they get a Lava Burst, a Snatch. I was like, it's 5 more? Oh, I'm sorry, they have Phoenix Flame too. Don't know why Phoenix Flame is for 2. Did I miss something? I missed something somewhere. But I mean, I'm still going to 8 here because it doesn't matter. Like, and then we get to pitch this. Hammer for 6 with a pummel. Like, they couldn't, it sounds like they couldn't block it either way. Maybe they have a sink below. Yeah, so like that game where I went second was Mounting Anger from the start of the turn. Mounting Anger didn't hit, did it? Am I going crazy? I don't. Yeah, I still like. I must be missing something because I still don't know where those other points came from. Like, the Phoenix Flame had a point on it, and the Phoenix Flame was for 2, and the Lava Burst was for 6. It buffed the Phoenix Flame. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I must. Yeah, I must actually just be going crazy. Oh. All right, so yeah, that was Control Bravo. I don't know. I really enjoyed playing Control Bravo. I kind of want to play. Um, I kind of want to swap over and play Kassai now. Let's see. Did I save Kassai? No, I didn't think so. I have to go get Kassai, but I kind of want to play Kassai. Not mounting engulfing flames. Engulfing flames. Oh, it was Spreading Flames' turn. Yeah. You're right. You're right. I completely forgot about the Spreading Flames' turn because we blocked it on like the first turn, on the first thing of the turn. So yeah. But I'm gonna take like a quick like 2-3 minute break here, fill up my water. When I come back, I'll be playing Kassai. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, short break, and we're back. Let's get the record fixed up. Gonna be playing Kassai now. Oh, let's see. I gotta find my deck list. New England hasn't even scored tonight. Like I don't even need them to go ham. I just actually, ow! Dang it! I just kicked my chair. That hurt. Ow! Anyway, I need to find my Kassai list. Got it on February somewhere. Decks. My decks. Kassai. Copy deck link to clipboard. Let's see if there's anybody playing Blitz. Man, I am just too late to all the games that I want to be playing in tonight. Alright, well, we'll jump in and see what we can find here. Kassai is probably the deck that I'm going to build for skirmish season and be testing quite a bit with. The deck feels really solid. We'll go first. Hi and good luck. Kind of wish I could take all right, so we're going to come in with a Saber for 4 here. 4 go again. Feels nice to be back streaming again this evening. So I'm going to give it go again, even though it already has go again, and then draw a card. So our opponent takes 4 here. And then I'm going to come in for 2. Now, they'll just throw a card here. I was like, our opponent will more than likely just throw a card and just block here. I'm curious to see how Icelander holds up in this format. Your next weapon attack gets +3. Probably just going to start with Driving Blade here. Having 2 blues is pretty good. If they Coronet peek me, I will just push forward here. Because I like having 2 blues to be able to play around potential Frostbite tokens. Now, it also really depends on what they do this turn. Our opponent could like try to do stuff and kind of go crazy this turn. Sheesh. This is tough. Ether Hell is revealed. So I'm going to pitch a blue, block 1. And then I'm going to pay the 2 as opposed to discarding here. I will pay 2. They'll probably pitch the other card to Waning Moon me. I'm just going to join my opponent at 14 here. They're actually not going to do that. Like to be able to save one of these if I can. Can't gain, go again. Okay. That's fine. I get a Frostbite. So I need 1 here and then 1 to attack this and 1 to pay for the Frostbite. So I actually... So 1 for that, 1 for there for the... Well, yeah, so I have to take all 3 here. And then I get the Centauri Saber for 8. Which means they'll probably block 6 here and take 2 if I had to guess. Let's see. Or if they block with an attack action... It's defended by an attack action against +1. I mean, they don't really play attack actions in their deck, so not a super high chance of that happening. Hypothermia was really good for our opponent there. Hypothermia blocks 2, right? Yeah, I mean, could you imagine if Hypothermia blocked 3? That would be insane. I mean, they could just have nothing on block 9 here, I guess. Like, I don't know. No. Okay, I need to learn how this card works. One-handed weapons you control have +1. Whenever a weapon you control hits, put a lesson counter on Minerva. Then if there are 3 or more lesson counters on Minerva, banish or search your deck for a special edition card, put it face up into your arsenal and shuffle. So I'd only be able to play around 1 Frostbite here. This is really not good. I mean, I'm going to play this regardless. Like, drawing 3 reds and a card that doesn't pitch is extremely, 1, unlikely, and 2, just very unfortunate. Now, Minerva's cool, especially in a longer game. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to get a Frostbite here. So we'll pitch 2 for the Saber. Says it gets +1. So this has to hit for us to be able to destroy Refraction Bolters here. Not super likely considering most of their deck is non-attack actions. I was like, if they seriously just take the 3 here, like they're crazy. I was like, because them, like, blocking 3 here is saving 5 extra damage off of the Refraction Bolters. Crazy part about Blitz is like 1 hand like that'll cost you the game. Like, maybe Minerva can help us stay in the game here. Like, can you even pitch this card? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it literally doesn't even pitch for anything. Now, I guess Mentors had to have a drawback of some kind. Ooh, they also had a really bad hand. What is this trash? Yeah, this is not great. Not great at all. Now, the good news is that the sink below can just be pitched for basically A, B, or to use something. Yeah, turn it face up. Alright, let's run out Slice and Dice again and see what happens here. Man, being able to have blood on our hands in our arsenal would be really cool. I don't know. I don't really know if the a long game is like the way we want to play this. I don't think this is a deck that we can fatigue. Now, Kassai can try and fatigue like some heroes in this format just because of the way they run out of cards so quickly. Alright, so we have 2 floating. So this weapon, this is going to be coming in for 1, 2, 5, 6 right now. Or I'm sorry, 7 because of Minerva. I wasn't counting the 7th point off of Minerva. And then the second one is going to be coming in for 6. Because we're going to use Refraction Bolters to give it go again here if this hits. The Frost Hex is good, but I just don't know that that's where people really want to be. Are they seriously just taking 7 here? I would be baffled if they took 7. I genuinely... Yeah, I was would genuinely be baffled. So they have to pitch a blue here. I was to be able to fuse. Channel Lake Frigid is revealed. Are you now going to pitch Channel Lake Frigid to Waning Moon me? Man. Yeah, I'm going to prevent 1. Our opponent's going to go to... I mean, no, there's no point. I can't attack here. And then we're going to take 2 and go to 6. Which is pretty bad. We're going to go hit and run, then Sink Below, because that Sink Below is doing nothing for us. Well, I guess it's not crazy to draw so many reds. We are playing an aggro deck where we want reds, so... play this only if you have tagged 2 or more times and once gets go again. So we're going to play Outland Skirmish. Now, since Storm Striders is not a thing in this format anymore, I don't think they can blow us out here or anything. I feel like we're in a pretty decent spot. This feels okay. So... Yep. So I'm going to pay 2 here. Our opponent has had a lot of really good cards here when they needed them, honestly. So this is a triggered effect, which means Refraction Bolters won't cost anything. So if they don't block for 6 here... And this swing's a good card. I just wonder if there's a better card I could be playing. Yeah, but I have to be able to pay 2 here. This just does not feel good. At all. Well, all right. Well, we're just gonna run it out there and see what we can make happen. I mean, I honestly don't care to pitch the blood on our hands. Okay, they flash in Channel Lake Frigid. Man, our opponent has drawn wildly well. Like, it's kind of crazy how well our opponent's drawn. So, I'm going to have to take the 3 here. But I'm going to take 3 and then be able to come in with the rest of everything else I'm trying to do. Because I'm going to have to pay for a Frostbite. And I'm going to have to pay for Channel Lake Frigid. And then I'm going to have to pitch 1 to Saber. Which means I can technically prevent AB1 here. Joseph Stalin, you can't undo whatever you're trying to do. Kyle has both Jets RBs right now. Oh my gosh. So Kyle just kind of getting had, huh? So we spend 1, 2, 3 to play this. And then to pay for Channel Lake, we pay 1. So I can pay 1 and take 2 here. Huh. That's interesting. Is Kyle winning tonight? I meant to ask you that. I think he told me that he needed Chicago's defense to go ham. And he needed whoever New England's tight end to also go ham. Or did Chicago's offense to go ham because you had the Pats defense playing tonight. And I haven't looked at the score, but it doesn't... I don't know what's going on. So we're going to give go again here. My opponent takes nothing. And then I'm going to attack for 6. I've got Pat's defense against his Hunter Henry. Any kind of game from Hunter Henry probably beats me. Okay, gotcha. So is my opponent just taking 6 here? Or do they have a defense reaction of some kind? Because they have to be able to... That was very bad sequencing on my part. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Alright, well, we're going to see what our opponent tries to do here because this hand is not great. There's a lot of in the swing in this deck, and I understand, like, if you've attacked 2 or more times... So this is basically just a 0 for 3 on your second swing at red. I was up 4 before tonight. Oh, gotcha, okay. Let's see, at 9:15, they're probably not too far into the game. Let's send it with a Saber. Okay. In your end phase, if you've attacked 2 or more times with weapons this turn, create a copper token for each weapon that hit this turn. Okay, so Icelander gives us a Frostbite. They can decide to make us discard or pay 2. If they activate the Amulet of Ice somehow, I'm probably just going to discard the in the swing here. Because we're in an interesting spot. I don't feel like Kassai really has the blues to be teched for tonight. I'm being honest. I don't want to leave a resource on the table here. So if I prevent 2, I can pitch this, pay for the frostbite to end this to Blade Runner, and then do this. So I like leaving this in my hand actually because it allows me to discard the end of the swing if I need to, but I don't think they're like they didn't fuse anything, so unless they have a sigil here, I don't think they're going to. Which I think leaves me in the spot I want to be in, where I get to come in with a Centauri Saber for 9 here. So we're going to pitch 2 to pay for the frostbite, give a go again. And my next thing is +3. Then I get to attack for 6 because of the Blade Runner. I mean, they're just dead on board right here. I mean, if they play a reaction, I get to play another reaction. Alright, well, I guess they just didn't have anything there. Huh. Alright, well, close game, but we end up getting the first game. Feels pretty good to get that game. Yep, I'm playing Blitz, so gonna wait for another game to go back up, and we'll see what we can find. I am gonna check fantasy football while we're sitting here for a minute. I am kind of curious to know what my fantasy football scores look like. Okay, so New England finally gets on the board. I don't need them to score touchdowns. I need my kicker to go crazy. I need Nick Folk to kick like 50, like a bajillion field goals. I think this is better because we can block more here. I like being able to block more with the Valiant Dynamo. Alright, hang on. I'm going to look at this before we start real quick. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm projected to lose, which is so funny because when the week started, I was projected to lose. And then for a long time, I was projected to win. And now I'm projected to lose again. Go figure that one out. Bop them. That's right, Ben. Let them know what's up. I really like playing this card, but man, I do not want to discard blood on our hands. And then we'll pitch this to come in for 5. Kadachi and Zephyr Needle. If Zephyr Needle is defended by a card with power greater than it, is defended by a card with defense greater than Zephyr Needle's offense, destroy it. I can't remember exactly how this card works or why they play it, but I know that they do play it, and it makes me want to cry at night. Listen, you're willing to give me equipment on turn 1 of the game? Why does Benji start at 17? That feels so unnecessary. Yeah, we'll just come in for 2 here. I mean, maybe Benji's cracked and I just don't know it. So they redo their blocks just to block with Salt the Wound again. Jacobs bailed out Diablo. Yeah, he really did. Talk about something that comes back to bite you in the butt from the first week, huh? So I can block with Route here. And then I have Spoils of War run through Braveforge Bracers. When attack action you control hits, your next attack gets +1 this turn. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's a huge downfall to me taking the Zephyr Needle here. I don't want to get blown out by an attack reaction here, so I'm just going to throw 5 in front of this. Like, I'm just straight up throwing 5 in front of this and saying if you can beat it, you can beat it. And that's just how that's going to be. Feels like that was actually a pretty good block. Like, I mean... Yep, we'll block 5 here. Keep the card in my hand. I'm going to keep everything the way it is because I like having blood on our hands to be able to... I mean, we're going to put a good amount of pressure on my opponent here. So... I know it already had go again, but... we have 6 copper, and we have the blood on our hands, so we just basically need... Okay, so this is straight Razor, but I don't think I can play around it. I mean, I can't block it. Like, they definitely have the Razor in their arsenal. We can't block it. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to take 7 here and go to 9. Man, Vipox is sweet. Like, Vipox is one of those cards that I like really badly, and I wanted to play it ever since I started, like ever since Uprising came out, but I just can't find a shell to make it work in. At least not in CC. I don't play it enough Blitz to really know like what's broken and what's not in CC. I know that like Oldham and a lot of things like that are pretty good. So... I'm just going to take 3 here. Like, I need to... Well, I mean, I guess blocking there would have been smart because if they play something I can't block, it's very annoying. Yeah, I guess I'm going to hope they don't have a pump effect here. If they do, they get mask. I definitely should have blocked last turn. Like... Definitely just seeing my inexperience with Benji, like playing against Benji right now. When hits the next attack action, you play with 2 or less space. Yeah, see, again, like, the 3 points that I did not block on the Zephyr Needle is, I'm literally, I guess I'm not technically dead. This is crazy. Like again, I'm literally about to just die due to my inexperience. My opponent has put 7 chain links on the stack, and they just drew 3 cards. Spring Tidings is busted. So if I block the and I'm just dead. I just can't block. Wow, that's crazy. All right, well, that was an interesting game. You know, I've only played. I literally before this, I've only ever played against Benji one time. Like I am not even kidding. And it was against a Benji player in a team Blitz event. Sorry, I'm trying to decide whether I want to go first or second right here before I keep talking about the Benji matchup. I'm going to say hi and good luck. I think I want tempo. Again, I think I want to be able to block more. Yep. And we'll just ready up. So I've only ever played against a Benji one other time, like ever, and it was in a team Blitz event in Pro Tour New Jersey, and man, it like I rolled it with like I was playing Dash, and I literally just rolled him, like I 32'd him on turn 2. It was really bad. I felt really bad for the guy. I'm going to pitch the push forward here. And I'm definitely just going to end the swing here. They created a Rune Chant and Soul Shackled. Like, Carrying Husk is so good here. Because this is for, like, 5. I mean, they could just throw Husk here if they wanted. Like, in fact, they probably should throw Husk here, because if they don't, they're going to go to 15. This is actually really good, because if they don't have a defense reaction, we're just going to get Husk here. Wow. Oh my gosh. We just got Husk. Insane. Insane. I mean... Ghostly Visit for 7. Ew. Hits this turn, draw a card. So they're going to draw a card, and this is 7 go again. I mean, like, I guess I could throw 3, 5, 7 at it. Or let's throw 3, 6, 7. I mean, it's not like it's for nothing here. Like, we are trying to stop an on-hit effect here. See... Somebody's playing Plunder Run Chain, which means Plunder Run Phi should be being played, but I have yet to play against it. They're going to make a Soul Shackle. I hate to throw all of my equipment at it so early, but man... And I think I'm just gonna keep my hand here. Like, this was their big turn. This was their big Plunder Run turn. They take a Blood deck, go to 11 off of the Husk. That feels pretty good. So I'm just gonna pitch the blue to come in for 2 here. They'll probably just take 2. We're gonna reaction, give it go again. I'm not going to miss the point off my Brave Forge Bracers this turn. Something I have done quite a bit of in the past. Alright, they're keeping their hand, which is a little scary. Like, the fact that they're keeping their hand does frighten me a little bit, I won't lie. They're keeping everything and going to 6 here. Okay. 2 go again. See, I need to learn how to play Chain in Blitz because Chain was so much fun in CC, like before he hit LL. I love to play Chain in CC. It was so much fun. So yeah, I mean, this is... Should probably look at my hand. Slice and dice. Your next weapon attack gets go again. So, I mean... I could just pop courage here. Is that really all they're about to do here? I'm honestly just kind of inclined to take 4 here and just put a mad amount of pressure on my opponent. So they don't have any resources. They don't have tunic. They don't have anything here. Yeah, this feels really good. Let's play slice and dice. I mean, like, I need to be careful about going too low because our opponent does have invert in their deck. Now, they did pitch an invert earlier, so we're not really, like, super worried about it. But there is another one in the deck, and if we go to 2, we could just die because we have no AV. Which realistically probably wasn't a great decision. Chain is one of those decks that is... Like, Chain being... Like, Chain is the Rune Blade, kind of like Briar, that doesn't do a lot of arcane damage, but it does just enough to make you think, do I need to be blocking? Like, do I need to have a way to stop AB? Opponent has disconnected. I think our opponent just... Like, like, it's very possible that they actually just disconnected, or maybe our opponent is BM and just left... Just like DC'd, and it's just going to make me sit here. It's tough to tell. Yeah, so our opponent just actually DC'd. They left the game without saying anything. I'm going to give... that's the first time I've ever really given somebody a thumbs down. I'm not a huge fan of people just like walking out of a game without saying anything. That feels... That's pretty uncool in my opinion. Like... People are here to play games and to get better, and like if you don't want to say like hi, good luck and stuff like that, like whatever, you know. But like I don't know, certain point people kind of lose me. Hi and good luck. I will be going first. I always look to see like what I should change on my deck, but there's nothing to change. I think Valiant Dynamo is better here because I think there will be multiple times that I will be attacking with cards in my hand. So I can arsenal that. So... we're going to come in for 5 here with go again. Now, our opponent always has the option of blocking with Stalagmite here on turn 1, or having, or they have the option of ice reacting and putting our card back on top of our deck. Honestly, it's fine if that's what they decide to do. And then I'm just going to Centauri Saber for 2. So they are going to ice react, like something I thought they might do, like which is fine. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're just keeping a card in our deck. I know they're also keeping a card in their deck, but... And I know they pitched Pulse here, but I'm still going to attack anyway. Just to make them think about it. my gosh, seriously? Was fused whenever the defending had the card. I mean, this doesn't seem bad. So we block 3. Block 3, 5, 7, 8 like this. Give us a pretty decent turn here. We will pitch the overpower to start coming in here. The funny part about like Oldham not having Crown is that, as crazy as this is gonna sound, Oldham gets fatigued a lot easier, and this is one of those decks that can actually do it. Must be playing like Sift if they're playing Earthlore Bounty, and they're playing Snapdragons, so they must be playing like aggro Oldham or something. So we're gonna give it go again here. They're not taking anything. So now we're coming in for 3, and we still have the +3 here. And we do get to decide whether we want to put the next card on top or the bottom. I mean, that does help a little bit out. Alrighty, hit them for 6. Put a card from their arsenal on the bottom of the deck. So, kind of need my whole hand here. So we're just going to take 7. If they have a pummel, we'll discard the Out for Blood. I guess I could have blocked with the Valiant Dynamo. In fact, I should have blocked with the Valiant Dynamo. That was a mistake on my part. Yeah, now we're going to 9, and we're discarding the Out for Blood, which is like not a big deal. So slice and dice. Yeah, that was a small play mistake right there. Probably cost us a point. We'd be at 10. So instead of being 4, we're down 5 in a game where we only start at 20. It's so funny to hear myself say the phrase "only start at 20" because I started playing cards with Magic, so. So that gets go again. Refraction Bolters come in for 6 because Slice and Dice gives +3, and then Refraction Bolters gives +1. So we do get to come in for 6 here. See, they get to throw their equipment. They take 2 and join us at 9. So we get to block 4. Oh man, this is tough. So yeah, let's go back to blocking. Push forward. We'll take 3, go to 3. I will put the route on the bottom. So we'll play Spoils of War. And then we'll come in with the Saber, or I think it's just better to play Nourishing Emptiness for 6. I mean, so if they block with Stalagmite, they can save it. That or they have to have like a sink below here. Because they have 1, 2 from equipment. Okay, so they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then another card from hand. To cover up all 6. Yep. So the fact that they still had Stalagmite around left them in this spot to where they could block pretty profitably. And we'll arsenal this. Tome of Harvest. Okay, that's interesting. So they draw 3 cards and make 3 Seismic Surges? Interesting. Something tells me this is going to be 5 go again, and then they're going to hammer us. So we take 4, go to 2, and then I can cover it up with Blade Runner and Bracers. Yeah, I'm going to try to hang on to it if I can. I mean, they can't pummel this, so it's not exactly like I'm scared of that. I mean, I guess Razor kills me, but if I don't think I've ever seen Oldham play Razor. Not even aggro Oldham in Blitz. Block 4. Well, we need to be able to put the pressure on this turn. Question is, do we play around Stalagmite? I think the answer to that is no. So we can play this. Let's come in for 7 here with go again. So if they don't block with Stalagmite, we are in a very favorable position because we get to come in with the other Saber. Gets +2 and go again. Yeah, so the only one we're buffing is this one. Now, our opponent takes 3, goes to 6. So we didn't get to use Valiant Dynamo here. Like, we're not going to get to take the counter off of it here as much as I wish we could. I mean, I guess I could have activated Courage. Alright, well. You gotta be kidding me. That is so depressing. Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. I mean, is it actually, or do we still just have it? So we're going to pay 1 for that, we're going to pay 1 for that, and we're going to choose all 6 modes. Oh, wow. So we're actually getting to play around the channel like Frigid because of Courage of Bladehold. So hanging on to Courage here saved me, possibly saved me the whole game here, honestly. Oh, so much value. So much value, because we only needed the 1 to pay for the first one. Because now the rest of them cost 0, which means they really cost -1, which makes them cost 1, or which makes them cost 0 because of channel lag. Wait, what? Oh, no. Well, does it say your next one? Oh, no, it just says your second one. Oh, wow, I am so dead. Well, I get to block 6. And then I get to... So I take 1, and then I get to block with Valiant Dynamo and my blue here, and Arsenal this. Or they're just going to come in for 7. I mean, I still get to... What? They pick draw a card? Trying to get both the cards out of my hand? Yeah, it makes sense. So I'm not gonna lie, I thought we had our... I should have, like, again, my lack of knowledge with Kassai put me in a bad spot. Because it says your second sword attack each turn costs 1 less, and I thought it was... it made your sword attacks cost 1 less the rest of the turn. So... Yep. Yep. We'll play Sink Below. We'll put that on the bottom because I don't think it really matters. And then we'll take 3 and die. All right, well... I have watched many, when I say many, I mean many a Kassai player beat up on Oldham. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that I lost. Like, I wish I would have won, obviously, but, like, my lack of knowledge puts me in a spot where it's like when I lose to stuff like that, I'm like, okay, can't be too upset about it, but, oh well. All right, well, guys, thanks for coming by and hanging out tonight. That's it for this evening. Appreciate you guys keeping me company. I enjoyed playing Control Bravo, and then learning more about Blitz is always fun. I've been really enjoying my Blitz kick lately. So, yeah, we're going to get out of here. I will be back tomorrow evening. Not sure what I'm playing. Definitely playing Flesh and Blood, but not sure what deck I'm playing. If you something you want to see or anything, like just at me on Twitter with the list, and I'm happy to take a look at it and see about playing it. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.